I was living in Guatemala in the early 80s, and I had been to a number of the Maya sites, but I wanted to see something that hadn't been discovered or explored. And we resolved that we would go out and visit this cave. It was the worst trip that we ever had. We were walking for 8 hours in the mud, and it was raining on us, so it was really ugly. The next day we went into this cave, and I thought it was the greatest sight I had ever seen. And I wanted nothing more in the world than to study this cave.
And then, after 20 years of doing cave archaeology, Jim Brady's worst fear came true.
I am stuck. Oh, damn it.
These caves were probably seen as being the cave of origin for people, for humankind.
This is amazing. Here we have a couple of burials. Here's one skull, and I can see another one in the back over here.
As the place of emergence, this validates the people's claim to that land. I teach a class on cave archaeology, and this is a setup also for taking students, which we've done now for over a dozen years, taking them into the field and working with them. And we have a wonderful field project that is unique because we actually pay all of the students' expenses to go down there and work there. And then they come back and we help them give papers and we demystify the whole research aspect. I got my MA from Cal State LA, so I've always had an extremely good feeling about Cal State LA. It gave me a great education. It was the springboard for me to go on. And so when the position opened at Cal State LA, I was teaching at George Washington, and I jumped at the opportunity to come back. And I was so pleased to do it. I've always told myself, I'm happy here. And I keep that in mind. And I love teaching at this school. I teach everything. I teach introductory classes. I teach theme classes. But I think the class that's had the most impact on students is my writing class. I teach students how to promote themselves. And I think ultimately, the real power in this is it changes their own self-image.